A great way for people to help the community and still travel is voluntourism. That is where you basically become a tourist, but instead of going out and visiting a country, you go out and help with problems that may need help, most likely in a group. A group or an organization that does this is a volunteer cooperation program. The Volunteer Cooperation Program is a Canadian government initiative that supports Canadian organizations in deploying volunteers to developing countries. The program's goals include improving the lives of people in developing countries, particularly women and children and girls, and contributing to the UN sustainability. The program supports Canadian organizations in helping with a wide variety of volunteers that are appealed to what events taking part. Some of these types of volunteers that will lend their time are experienced people, young leaders, and retired or close to retirement professionals. The Volunteer Cooperation Program recently supported volunteer placement in 14 countries across the sub-Saharan Africa, the Middle East, and Latin America. The program aimed to improve the economic and social well-being of the poor and marginalized people. One of their very recent tours happened, or the deadline was April 2025. This ACT tour is happening in Eswatini over a 3-month duration. Most of the work that will be taking place at this event is fundraising and accounting finances for the community. There are a few questions that I would like to know about this voluntary tourist trip. What are some of the responsibilities that these people will have? What qualifications are required to participate? And what is the main project or description of this trip? The main responsibilities are reviewing current strategic plans and conduct stakeholder information, develop resource mobilization plans and new strategies to increase financial autonomy. Staff propose writing and fundraising training, implementation of policies or organizational measures on the best practice for donors funding, contribute to the planning and implementation of the finance strategy plan. Some of the qualifications needed are undergraduate or master university degree in international development, marketing, business management, project management, strategic planning, resource mobilization, grant writing, grant management, business plan writing, project management, excellent writing and verbal communication skills in English, willingness to learn and share knowledge with others. The trip describes itself as Crossroad International will engage Canadian stakeholders, Crossroad staff and volunteers, local partner organizations, and women and men in sub-Saharan Africa to become gender equality champions, both in Canada and overseas. The Volunteer Cooperation Program aims to reduce gender inequalities and alleviate poverty by addressing gender-based violence, inequalities in access to resources and economic opportunities, and barriers in exercising strategic forms of choice, voice, and influence.